Kari Lake, running for governor in Arizona. Complete unhinged individual. We've talked about her. She's one of those people who followed in Trump's footsteps in the lead up to her election, saying, we're seeing some signs of voter fraud, so it may be stolen from us. But then she wins and goes, we just got so many votes that they couldn't steal it from us. Yippee. And she was running in a Republican primary, so she's saying that another Republican is doing voter fraud to steal her election from her. Okay. Whatever. Well, she got the nomination, and she's now running as a Republican against a Democrat for the position of governor in Arizona. And she had a little bit of a moment where she compared her movement to Jesus. Kari Lake and the MAGA movement are being attacked. You know who else got attacked, ladies and gentlemen? Jesus Christ.
You can call us whatever you want, Joe. You can call us extremists.
And of course, she's responding to Biden rightly identifying the MAGA movement as extreme and radical and a threat to our democratic process.
You can call us domestic terrorists. You know who else was called a lot of names his whole life? Jesus. And he never stopped. He never stopped. They called him names right up until his death. So why should we care what Joe Biden thinks of us? Do you think that our founding fathers really cared what King George said about them? I don't think so.
Okay, before we reflect, can I just say this one moment? I think she thought this was a drop the mic moment that the crowd was going to erupt for and nothing happened. Ready?
His whole life, Jesus.
You see that? Jesus. Let me hear it. But like nobody cheers at that point. And I think it's because Christians, as someone who, grew up Christian, tons of Christians around me too. Like, you are pretty much told and you understand that it's not the best move to compare yourself to Jesus. Now, of course, she wasn't saying that they are Jesus or she's Jesus. She was just saying that he was attacked and so are we, so we can persevere. And we don't have to care about what people say because neither did Jesus. But I think there's just a general discomfort among Christians to hear yourself being set next to him in any context, right? The perfect man. You wouldn't want to set yourself next to that. But to her point, nobody's saying that you need to bow down or change your views because you're being name called. No, I think name calling should be ignored if it's not coming from a place of substance. Of course. The reason why people wish your movement would stop doing what it's doing and would reflect on itself and would come to know the truth is because the substance of what you believe. We're not calling you extremists because we don't like you just purely politically. We're calling you extremists because you have extreme views on wanting to break down our democratic process, shown in your election where you're willy-nilly pretending like it's going to be stolen unless you win. Then, well, they were trying to steal it, but I was so popular that it wasn't able to be stolen. And okay, so we're trying to correctly and accurately critique your movement for what it is, not just take you down with name calling. And so pretending like it's this boom, mic drop moment to say, listen, we don't got to listen to the name calling because other people in history were name called or Jesus Christ was name called means nothing because you are not being name called for the sake of being name called. I would rather you get up there and try to refute why you think you're not a threat to democracy. And that's what I hear nobody do. No one explains. All they say is, the lighting in Biden's speech was red, or they're so rude to the MAGA movement. No one ever goes, okay, let's take it point by point. Biden said this, Biden said this, Biden said this. Here's why we're not, a dangerous movement. Here's why we're not a threat to democracy. Here's why, etc. No one does that because I think in their heart of hearts, they understand the substance of what Biden was saying was absolutely accurate. And so you can't break down the substance of what he was saying. So instead, you care about the lighting. You call it satanic because it was red. Or you say, haha, he can't call us names, or we shouldn't care about the name calling because Jesus. And you get, some applause. You skirt by that point without actually having to address the meaningful part of what Biden was trying to identify. And Kari Lake, more than most people in the MAGA movement, is representative of that dangerous belief that it doesn't matter upholding our democratic process. That doesn't matter. What matters is power and power alone. And that is what Biden was calling out. That is what we as the left have been screaming out about for a very long time. And I hope more and more people see that every single day.